Hi teachers, I want to take a moment to tell you about one asset that is found in section 1 that I find particularly helpful when analyzing and annotating text with my students. And that's called our virtual field trips. You may be wondering what that is, so let me just take a moment to show you how valuable these particular videos are. Within the unit, what you're going to find is oftentimes we give students text to read and annotate. But in order for our students to be able to do that job well, it's helpful if they have a little background information on the topic. So what we've done with that was anywhere where we give you some text to annotate and analyze, we couple that with what we call a virtual field trip. And the field trips are designed to give you the same information that's in those articles students are going to be reading, but to really introduce them more to the topic and some vocabulary that may be challenging. So as you look at these particular resources, what you're going to find is you play the virtual field trips for students. They're all about 5 minutes long, and it gives you the information that is in those texts. Once you've done that, our suggestion is now you go into those texts and read them with your students. Depending upon the text and your students' ability to read them independently, we would suggest that you read it first together and then have them tackle that text on their own. The other thing that you can always do is assign those virtual field trips to your students so that for students who need a little bit more reinforcement, they can watch that on their own and then dive into the text as well. So there's a number of ways in which you can use them, but there are a lot of those virtual field trips along with what we call the narrated text. The narrated text is another example of the way in which we support students as they move through these these passages. The narrated text are exactly what it sounds like. It's text that, if you click on it, there is a narrator who reads the text aloud to your students. So again, making them familiar with the language, giving them some confidence before they start to tackle that on their own.